Good evening, Director. Good evening, my fellow housemates. And good evening to my viewers out there. My name is Kaija Princess Regina, aka Gina. This is Group 2. I would like to present a topic which is prostitution. First of all, what do you understand by the word prostitution? To my own level of understanding and knowledge, I am going to define prostitution as the act of engaging in sexual activity with someone who is not your spouse, your friend, for the exchange of money, basically, and other valuables. What are the types of prostitution? And what types of prostitutes do we have? The first one is the street prostitutes. The street prostitutes are those that stand by the roadside or in a public place, waiting for their clients to drive down to where they are, park, or walk up to them for their render of service. For instance, there are those that act like this. Oga Afana, 2K, I want some, things like that. Then number 2, they are the brothel prostitutes. The brothel prostitutes are those that are dedicated for sex without the order or the go-ahead of their superior. They can't render any service to any client. For instance now, as a young lady, I have a house that is as big as this mansion, I mean the Niger Film Factory house, and I have a group of girls in the house that are prostitutes. Their clients don't pay them. They are going to pay me. Then they will go out there to render their service. Then when they come back, I will be the one to pay them. And they have no right to question me about anything I give to them. Theirs is to go out there to render their service. I am the one to pay for their service. The number 3 is the escorts. The escort prostitutes are those that are being contacted via phone. It might be through a link. Maybe you're a prostitute and there is what they call twosome. I'm not nasty. It's just because of the topic, actually. Maybe you have a client that called you or that call you for a particular service and is like, now twosome I want to. You can share the other person, I mean your colleague or a friend, that you do the same thing, that you both are prostitutes. You can share a contact with your clients. So your clients now will be the one to call her that, hello, I got your number. You understand what I am saying? I got your number for a particular person, things like that. Those are the escort prostitutes. So I think at this point, I am going to hand over the mic to my next colleague. A round of applause for her, please.
In continuation to where she just stopped, I'll be listing the few causes of prostitution. 1, unemployment. We all know when someone does not have a job to provide for their basic needs, they actually see prostitution as the easiest way to make it. Then 2, poverty. We all know the rate of poverty in Nigeria is very high. In fact, Nigeria is one of the top 20 poorest countries. So this can also lead into prostitution. Number 3, lack of self-control. When someone does not have strong self-control in their self, they can easily be influenced in partaking in prostitution. Then lack of education. Some people join into prostitution because they see a friend of theirs making a huge money out of it. Then with this viewpoint of mine, I'll be handing over to...
Good day, housemates. Good day, everyone. I'll be talking about the effect and the consequences of prostitution. Okay, first of all, I'll be talking about the rampant and the most, like, it's everywhere. And I'll be talking about HIV/AIDS. As we all know, most of these people, they engage in this stuff because, let me say, they don't have the free will, because they ended up going with men that they don't know, they don't have any idea who they are, they don't know how well they do, they don't know how well they perform. So most of them here, they ended up not using condoms, or maybe while engaging in the sexual act, the men be like, I don't want to use condom again. And they have no right to actually tell them that, okay, I'm not interested again. Because they will tell them that, I've paid you now. So it is the normal thing. I've paid for your services. So prostitution actually has this effect on them. They are being molested against their own will. Stigmatization in our today. Let me use this as example. Okay, a lady who has been dating this guy for about 2 years, he has been doing everything for him. Unknown to the guy, she's actually a prostitute. And so the guy proposed to her, and the following day, she followed the guy to go and meet his parents. And on getting to the parents' house, she found out that the father is a sugar daddy. The brother is a man friend. And the junior brother self, he carried her a night before coming to meet the parents. Imagine that kind of thing. Okay, it won't only be within them again. They will have friends, because men talks. They will be like, guy, listen, you don't know what's up. My brother bring person wey be say, I don't strap him, I don't do everything. You know, guys talk. They be like, okay, you cannot marry. Even women, they'll be like, you cannot marry my son, no? For where? No be this house. Just because they are labeled as a prostitute. The fourth one is rape. People will tell me that you are a prostitute now, so rape, there's nothing like rape. There is rape in prostitution. Because a lot of ladies who engage in prostitution have actually been harassed. They have been raped. And they don't have a say. They don't have the power to actually tell this men. At times, say, okay, somebody that you don't know carried you on the road where you were standing. The person carried you to a hotel you are not even familiar with. You've never been there. I mean, they can carry you anywhere they want. And you got to the hotel, and they decided that, this guy, what I want to do, okay. He had sex with you the normal way, and afterwards, he decided that, okay, I want to actually enjoy myself. Say, the normal sex that you guys had, it was not enough for him. So he decided to, well, when you were trying to tell him that you are not interested, that, okay, he has finished his service, he decided to actually add force. Let me use the word force. He actually decided to add force to it, and he raped you. Just because you are a prostitute, you cannot go to anywhere to complain. You cannot go to anywhere to actually go and meet anybody and report to them.
Good evening, director. Good evening, housemate. My name is Obiora Pascal Chino, so aka Obi Chino, and I'm from Anambra State. So let's discuss about a solution. So no matter how things are, they always have a solution, and they need to solve it out. So the first is education. So I believe all of us know the meaning of education. So without education, you cannot be able to understand anything, you cannot be able to read or write. So when you get education, you can be able to differentiate and understand what it actually means to be a okay, for instance, let's discuss about Africa home and especially Nigeria. Like Nigeria now, most of the parents believe that it's not really necessary to train a female child in university or education at all. So with that, if they don't have that quality or background education, they cannot be able to do things, and with that, they can easily join prostitution. But if you can educate them and tell them what is good and what is right, and with that, they can free themselves from that level. Talk about training. If you cannot be able to afford education, and if you can't afford education, you can't be able to gain a job opportunity. But if you can have a skill, which is the most essential thing, you can be able to free yourself from that. Okay, let's talk about, for instance, if you have the zeal to do things, and you can be able to train yourself, with that, you can be able to make ends meet, you make money out of that, and with that, you can be able to live the standard of life you want. Because if you train yourself and you have the zeal to achieve your aims, you can be able to do it without doing all sorts of things, without endangering yourself. So let's talk about self-control. Self-control, it matters a lot, because sometimes they can give you something, you say, this is no, I can't take it, it's too small, it's too. With that, you are pushing yourself too high. So you need to have a self-control. Control yourself. Know the kind of things you do at a time, because this life is not for us, it's for God Almighty that provides everything for us. No matter how things are, you need to learn to control yourself and take things in the light way. So let's talk about awareness. I know most of us understand what we mean by awareness. Like they have different type of NGO who talk about things, who discuss, who make people to understand there's a lot of things going on in this life. So if they can create that awareness for them, so they can be able to do things. Like, for instance, as a prostitute, as you are doing such things, like let's just call it a night worker or sex worker. As you are doing that, sometimes you can jam someone that you don't know, and the person will try to force you or do things, and from there you can contact any disease. So let's just say, God forbid, you can contact any disease. But with that awareness and you are aware of those kind of things, you can stay away from that. And at this point, let me pass it to my colleague to round it up, and I believe we'll get more understanding about it.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Without taking much of our time, I believe my colleagues have already said a lot of things about prostitution. We are talking about prostitution. We're giving the effect, the causes, the types, and the rest of it. Now, let's just take a deep look about other kind of prostitution. It's not just about the females alone. We have the male prostitution as well. I came across a video like that, and I was shocked when I saw that video where a guy, this is not a female, this is live, where a guy was like, I'm into prostitution. I was like, are you for real? I said, yeah, that means it. So guys also get involved into stuff like this. So it is not just about the women. And now, looking at the reasons why these people do these things, now I'm not in support of prostitution, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there are a few things that result to such acts. Talking about, pressure and unemployment. For instance, now, person wey no go school, sorry, let me just use pigeon, sorry. Person wey no go school, where they find work, you no see work. And even the person wey still go school, say they find work, no see work. And they can't look and say the country, they messed up. Statistic itself, according to research, says that prostitution itself comes 85% because of money. So looking at all those things, you go look and say, these people, they get involved in this act basically because of money. You understand? And there's a saying that goes that, you say, according to what I did in the apparition, it said, we are nothing but pencil in the hand of the Creator. So we have decisions to take. So I'll be asking us, like, for someone that is into prostitution, do you think they have choices to make, either going into prostitution or not going into prostitution? Do you think they have choices? So they have choices, right? So they could actually choose not to go into it and also choose to go into it. It is their choice. Now, without saying too much, I would only say that it is not good because of the stigma, according to what my fellow group member said. Never you make a mistake you live to regret. Thank you so much.